We added $16,784 in organic search revenue to the C2C apparel brand, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we did it. So, let's get into the growth stats. So, first off, a 102% year-over-year increase in organic search revenue, an additional nearly $17,000 each month. Okay, if you look at the revenue here, went from 16.5K to just about 33.3K. That's a 102% increase in item revenue. Items purchased up 61%. Items added to cart up nearly 14%, and items viewed also up 8%. So conversion rate had a small, obviously had a small role to play here as well. But really, like, we're getting more eyeballs on more products, and that is turning into more revenue as a direct result of our strategy. So, looking at increases in non-branded transactional organic search traffic. So, if we just look at collection pages here, and I filtered out branded traffic here, we've got a literal infinite increase in clicks and impressions year over year. Brand's been around for many, many years, so we are actually just for the first time like driving non-branded transactional organic search traffic, which is obviously why the revenue is up, an extra 100+% here. Okay. Top queries here: felt cowboy hats, shotgun chaps, cowboy knives, western knives, cowboy knives, ranch cowboy knives, and sheaths. Again, like super insane growth. Took these keywords from literally nothing to page one and like top of page one for many of these keywords. Some of the top growing pages, 200+ clicks, 150+ clicks, like all good stuff here. All these different keywords, matching kind of these top pages here. Next up, 65. This is a screenshot from SEMrush. Okay, it's a 65% increase from 10K visitors a month to about 16.5K visitors per month. Again, we started with them over the summer. Now at the end of August, this is where we're at nearly 17K, but it's about 16.5 here. So really solid growth there. Again, all the direct result of our collections. Okay, so now let's get into the strategy. Broadly speaking, SEO's got three parts: technical, on-page, off-page. We'll start with technical, the most boring. Very small role in this strategy. Technical SEO played. We just audited and fixed the basics. Duplicate product URL issue, which is a common Shopify issue that comes with every Shopify theme directly out of the box. Optimizing crawl budgets, so we removed tag pages, took care of pagination, and pruning underperforming / outdated pages. So collections that no longer had products, blogs they'd written that didn't perform that well, or just were like simply outdated, like COVID era stuff. And schema implementation. Okay, we also fixed like broken links, like 404s. That's like pretty generic stuff. Like I didn't put it in the strategy because like you should know that is a basic fix by now. We didn't spend on time on anything else. Like no page speed, no like super in depth like 2-3 month technical audit. Like our technical SEO playbook fits on one Google Doc page. Simple as that. And the reason is like it simply doesn't matter for a lot of sites like this. On page and off page are going to be far bigger and far faster needle movers comparatively to technical SEO. So, with that being said, let's get into it. Now, on page stuff. As you can see from the keywords I showed you earlier in kind of the Search Console / SEO Gets report, brand sells Western gear and Western wear. Okay, cowboy hats, Western knives, saddles, denim jackets, things of that nature. Okay, based out of Texas, so that shouldn't surprise anyone. Probably one of the most straightforward on-page strategies we've ever put together. Collection pages didn't have any content on them when we begun, so like pretty much like working on a blank canvas, which is nice. So we sorted them all into 2 buckets effectively. Bucket number 1 ranks in the top 3 spots, and bucket 2 does not rank in the top 3 spots. Very simple. Okay, bucket 1, if it ranks in the top 3 spots, there are minimal changes to be made. Okay, we're looking at meta title changes, maybe H1 changes. Things going like as an example, like instead of just knives, making it like Western knives or cowboy knives, or like instead of chaps, like Western chaps, right? Like making sure we hit the keyword in the meta title of the H1. For the meta title, we made some like call to action tweaks, like shop these, free shipping, whatever. Like very minimal changes. We also built more internal links to the pages. If you watch my videos before, internal linking is a core part of our strategy, and we do it on all of our collection pages, right? I've got a video on like how we lay out our collection pages, like with that wireframe, so go check that out. But again, like if it's in bucket 1, it ranks in the top 3 spots. Like even if it didn't have content, it already ranks in the top 3. So we don't need to add content for the sake of just adding content, like to say we did it. Okay. If we add content to a page in the top three spots already, we risk ranking going the other way. So we make small changes to just like get it up those final 2 spots into the number 1 spot. Okay. So long story short, if you're in the top 3 spots, like you're looking at small changes and more internal links, which are pretty much like 99.9% of the time going to have a net positive effect. Whereas adding copy, like a couple hundred words of copy, especially to a page that already ranks in the top 3, could in fact have it could have a positive effect, but it could also have a negative effect. And I just don't want to take that risk. Okay. Now, bucket number 2 does not rank in the top 3 spots. This is where we add the copy in. Okay. So more significant changes to be made. Again, meta title H1, more internal links to the page. These 2 things are going to improve your rankings, guaranteed. Right. Now, the third thing we do is add content with our standard collection page structure. Okay. Again, not new. I'll just go ahead and open this mirror link so you guys can see it. Again, I've got a full video on this already, but let me just show you quickly here. So again, like this is the collection page wireframe. Okay, we've got the H1, we've got the short description, we've got the product grid, and we've got all of our text down here with all the internal links. Again, I've got a full video on this on my channel, and I have shown this wireframe more than once. So if you want to go see it, go check it out on my channel. And also it'll be linked in the description here. That wireframe will be, okay? Now, after we made our updates, we basically bucketed out like 15 to 20 pages per month to update. If we were doing like just minimal changes, like in bucket 1, we did more than 15 to 20, because like updating 15 meta titles isn't going to take very long, or building like 15 more internal links not going to take very long. So like we would do more pages if they were in bucket 1, right? We could do higher volume. Bucket 2 takes more time, of course, so we did fewer pages, right? In any case, every collection page instantly increased in rankings. Okay, Cowboy Hat picked up to position 16 for the first time ever. Western Knives now position 1, never ranked prior. Felt Cowboy Hats position 5. Cowboy Pants position 4. Chaps for Men position 2. Twisted Boots is a brand they carry. Stirrups position 9 for the first time. Branded term here. Baby Cowboy Boots position 6. Horse Bridle position 9. Rough Out Cowboy again is a brand, right? And like these are really solid keywords. Like we're talking about, you know, Cowboy Hat having 165K searches a month. Like when we get to the number like 1 or 2 spot for this, like it's going to be an enormous amount of revenue, like way more than 16.5K we had with this keyword. Western Knives 1.6K, not crazy but good. Definitely driving revenue. Felt Cowboy Hat 6.5K. Cowboy Pants at 5.5K. Chaps for Men like 13 or 1.3K, right? So like all pretty good volume, and like we're gonna get to that. It's like we're getting further. Like we are in early days. We're a few months in, probably like 4 months in now with this brand. We're still early days, quite frankly, in terms of like growth, but like we got a lot more revenue still to make for this brand. Okay, now we use AI to draft the copy. We do use AI to draft pretty much all of our collection page copy, and then our content team reworks the language, adds internal links, and then we run it by the brand via Google Docs. Okay. Once the brand actually approves it, which happens like in Slack, which is how we manage team comms. If you're interested in like working with us, like just giving you a preview of what that looks like, we'll send you all the Google Doc links over. You approve it. If you need to make comments, make edits, okay, great. Once you approve it, like we'll actually go build it out in Shopify, which is exactly what we did for this brand. Okay, so the client didn't actually have to lift a finger besides reviewing the Google Doc drafts. Okay, so all in all, like turn like 20 pages, like that's like probably an hour a month, maybe. System is completely done for you. Again, most of our clients spend 1 to 2 hours a month even thinking about SEO. It is organic search growth on autopilot. Okay, so that is of interest to you. Book a call with me. The link is in the description. Okay, now onto the off-page stuff. Now the brand's SEO had grown over the years primarily via branded search. That is how, like, very quickly when we added the collection page copy, we were able to grow from 10K to 16.5K. Like that additional 65% growth was pretty much all non-branded. Okay. They've done little backlink building. The core of their branded growth came within Texas, which is where I told you the brand was based. That being said, even though they have a good brand and a lot of branded search traffic, it was difficult for them to rank for more competitive, higher revenue generating keywords. Things like cowboy hats, as an example. Okay. Now, if you want to rank number 1, number 2, number 3 for keywords like that, you absolutely need to build backlinks if you want to rank in the top 3 spots. Like it is a non-negotiable at this point. Any mildly lucrative keyword, whether you're in e-commerce, in local, B2B, SaaS, affiliate, whatever, like you need to build links to get in the top 3 spots in order to make money, right? You have to invest money to make money. I do not know how else to explain that to you. And again, like if you're not in top 3 spots, like you're not making any money. Okay, like we've added 16.5K, and like I showed you some keyword rankings earlier, and only like a few of those keywords in the top 3 spots. But they're very lucrative keywords, and the more we add, the more that revenue is going to scale with the brand. Okay. Now, for this brand as well as our other brands, building a mix, of link insertions and then also guest posts plus tiered link stacks for the brand. Split about 50-50 between the homepage and higher priority collection pages. Okay, so I'm going to walk through both types of these links. We're building about 60% link insertions, 40% guest posts, plus the tiered link stacks. And of those total combination, about half of the links are hitting the homepage and the other half are hitting the collection pages. Okay. Now, I've talked about why I like these combinations of links before, but I'm going to reiterate it again. Link insertion is harder to find, but immensely more valuable. That is why we build them. I also used to hate guest posts, but once we added in and really dialed in our tier 2 link stacks, I started to like them a lot more. Okay, guest posts don't get traffic. Like, most guest posts don't get traffic, right? If you go and write a post and you pay someone a fee to post on their website, like, congratulations, you were one of probably 25 to 30 other websites that did the exact same thing on the exact same day. That publisher made a lot of money that day. They also did not bother to add any internal links or drive any engagement to your post, along with the other 25 to 30 that went up that day. Okay, so if they don't get any like social traffic or engagement or get any internal links, they're probably not going to get indexed. And if they do get indexed, very unlikely they're going to get any traffic. So to account for this, we build tier 2 link stacks. We build 10 of them, 10 tier 2 links to each guest post to help get it indexed and get traffic. And only once it becomes indexed and traffic is it actually valuable to our client site. If you don't know what tier 2 link stacks are, I've got a video on it from probably like 12 plus months ago on my YouTube channel. But effectively, like, guest post linking to your website is tier 1 backlink. 10 other websites or any other website that links to that guest post is tier 2. And then if you could even go like tier 3, 4, 5, 6, which is like pretty common. I shouldn't say pretty common. It's pretty uncommon, but I mean the biggest like tier stack we built out is probably like 3 or 4. I've seen things go as like high as 5 or 6. You don't really need that. Tier 2 is like more than enough. But again, any case. But again, like the combination of that, like our varied link building approach, plus our content, like optimization, plus like our minimal technical SEO like implementation, which enables us to get into the money making like actions faster, is why this brand and so many of our clients continue to outrank competitors that are much bigger than them, like in terms of a revenue and team perspective. Our SEO strategies are tailored specifically to them and to their niche and to their needs and their timeline and their budget and all the things like that. Okay, there's no cookie cutter strategy and no like unknowledgeable like account manager like sitting in the middle of like a brand and an SEO like our team. Okay, like you speak directly with the team. This brand speaks directly with our team. Results happen quickly. That is how it works. Okay, so if this is of interest to you and you're a Shopify brand doing $1 million a year in revenue and you want to add $16.5K in organic search monthly revenue, book a discovery call with me below and we'll see what we can do for you. Peace.